Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. So here's the scoop that's been buzzing around the NFL circles lately, and it's got the potential to shake up the entire NFC West. Rumors are swirling that the Las Vegas Raiders might be open to trading their star pass rusher, Maxx Crosby, to the 49ers. Yeah, you heard that right. The same Crosby who's been a dominant force on the edge for the Raiders. A guy who's been recognized as a pro bowler and ranked among the top pass rushers in the league could be heading west to San Francisco. And let me tell you, this isn't just some idle speculation. Diana Rossini reported that these whispers have been getting louder since after November 2nd, with the Raiders currently sitting at 3-6 and in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially with cap space tight and some unresolved issues on their roster. Now, why would the Raiders even consider parting ways with Crosby? Well, it's a mix of cap struggles and a focus on rebuilding their roster after a disappointing start to the season. They're currently facing a hefty $8 million over the cap and need to free up some space, especially since they're also juggling extensions for key players like Davante Adams, who's taking a $40 million cap hit. Meanwhile, their pass rush has been underwhelming, averaging just about 2.1 sacks per game, which is quite low for a team that once had a formidable front. They're also struggling to generate consistent pressure, and their defense has been leaking points, giving up around 28 points a game in the AFC West, which is a significant problem. On the other hand, Crosby himself has been nothing short of spectacular this season. He's been a game wrecker, ranking among the top 15 PFF pass rush grades in 2025 with a grade of 98. Crosby's numbers speak for themselves. 10 sacks, 55 pressures, and 14 tackles for loss. His ability to bend the edge, especially from the outside, is what makes him so dangerous. Opposing offensive lines have a tough time handling him, especially considering he can line up on the outside and beat double teams with ease. His ability to rush the passer is complemented by his speed, bend, and power. Think of his game against the Chiefs in Week 3, where he recorded 5 sacks, showcasing his explosiveness and relentless motor. Crosby's career stats are impressive overall: 68 sacks, 280 pressures, and a strong 4.2 yards per tackle. Even with a knee injury limiting him to 73% of the snaps in Week 5, he's still producing at an elite level. What makes Crosby such a hot commodity is not just his raw talent, but his proven consistency and ability to impact the game. His PFF pass rush grade of 98 ranks him comfortably among the best in the league, and his win rate of 28% on passing plays shows his ability to win his battles in one-on-one situations. His performance isn't just about the sacks, it's also about how he forces offenses to adjust, creating mismatches and opening opportunities for teammates. And when you look at his stats against top-tier offensive tackles like Orlando Brown Jr., or even elite rushers, Crosby holds his own and often dominates. But what about the Raiders' perspective? Well, they're in a tricky spot. Their roster is facing some significant challenges, especially on the defensive line. With the team needing to free up cap space to extend players like Adams and to address their overall roster needs, trading Crosby might be a move they're willing to consider, even if it's tough to swallow. It's a matter of balancing their cap sheet and trying to rebuild for the future, especially since Crosby's contract might be a bit expensive but well worth it considering his production. The Raiders are also dealing with some instability at edge rusher, as their current pass rush has been inconsistent, averaging just about 2.1 sacks per game. That's far from ideal, especially when you're trying to compete in a division that features talented offenses. Now, shifting gears to the 49ers, this potential trade could be a game changer. San Francisco, sitting at 6-3 with roughly $5 million in cap space, desperately needs to inject some disruption into their pass rush, especially after losing Williams to injury. Williams, who's been a force for them, has been limited to just 1.7 sacks per game due to his injury, and with the likes of Ayuk on the PUP list due to ACL-MCL issues, and rumors swirling around Brandon Jennings, The 49ers need someone who can step in and make an immediate impact. Enter Maxx Crosby, a guy who could bring an instant boost to their pass rush. Imagine Crosby lining up on the outside, rushing with his speed and bend, constantly forcing quarterbacks to hurried throws or bad decisions. His projection for the rest of the season: an additional 11 sacks, which would significantly elevate the 49ers' pass rush and make them even more formidable in the playoffs. Not only does Crosby generate pressure, his presence alone causes chaos, which translates into a decreased EPA, expected points added, for opposing offenses, especially in passing situations. His ability to bend the edge creates constant disruption, and with him on the field, the 49ers could see a dramatic reduction in big plays allowed, down by about 28%. Plus, his knack for forcing turnovers, with around 5 forced fumbles and 19 hurries in divisional games, makes him an invaluable asset. The impact of adding Crosby goes beyond just individual stats. It's about creating mismatches and forcing offenses to adjust their blocking schemes. His external speed and ability to collapse pockets can open up opportunities for other pass rushers and linebackers to thrive. When defenses have a reliable edge rusher like Crosby, they can also rotate other players more effectively and keep fresh legs on the field, which is crucial during the high-stakes playoff push. The 49ers' run support would also see a boost, with their effectiveness improving by around 3.6 yards per carry allowed, helping them control the game on the ground. More than that, Crosby's addition could directly influence their Super Bowl odds. Currently, the odds are around +3,500, but if they manage to acquire him and he performs up to expectations, the odds could drop significantly, perhaps to +1,800. His disruptive presence, reflected in a -0. 45 EPA per snap would make the 49ers' defense nearly unstoppable, especially in critical moments of the postseason. His ability to generate pressure and force turnovers is exactly what the team needs to take that next step toward the Lombardi Trophy. Of course, not everything is guaranteed. The Raiders' rebuild strategy and cap concerns make this a complex puzzle, but the potential reward for the 49ers could be enormous. Crosby would be a true X-factor, elevating their defense and making them even more dangerous in the playoffs. His addition could turn the tide in key matchups, especially against high-powered offenses like the Rams or even playoff contenders. It's a bold move, but one that could define the 2025 season for San Francisco. And as we know, the NFL is all about those game-changing moves, especially during trade season. If this trade goes through, it wouldn't just be a win for the 49ers. It would be a statement to the entire league that they're serious about chasing another Super Bowl. Crosby's presence on the field would serve as a constant reminder to opponents that the 49ers' pass rush is now even more relentless and that their defense is built for the long haul, especially in the high-pressure moments of the postseason. This kind of move could also send a message to the NFC. The 49ers aren't just content with their current success. They're looking to dominate and leave no doubt who's the boss in the West. Now, let's talk a bit about the bigger picture. The NFC West has been a competitive division for years, but with the 49ers looking stronger than ever, thanks to a mix of solid drafting, strategic signings, and now potentially adding Crosby, they could be setting themselves up for a deep playoff run. Imagine the 49ers securing their third consecutive NFC Championship appearance, with Crosby leading the charge on defense. His ability to disrupt passing lanes, collapse pockets, and force turnovers would be invaluable against top-tier quarterbacks like Goff, or even in potential matchups against teams like the Eagles or Cowboys. In terms of team chemistry and locker room impact, adding a player of Crosby's caliber would also send a message to the roster. It's about making a statement that the 49ers are all in on winning now, and they're willing to make bold moves to improve. Crosby's leadership and relentless work ethic would fit right into the culture that's been cultivated under head coach Kyle Shanahan. The team's defensive coordinator would also have a new toy to deploy, allowing creative blitz packages and exotic schemes to keep offenses guessing. Looking ahead, if this trade materializes, it could be the catalyst that propels the 49ers even further in the postseason, possibly leading to their 7th Super Bowl appearance. The team's current roster has a lot of talent, but adding Crosby could be the piece that puts them over the top. His impact would be felt in every game, not just in sacks, but also in the confidence it provides to the secondary and linebackers to play more aggressively. His presence would allow the team to focus on creating a balanced attack, both offensively and defensively, and give the coaching staff even more flexibility in game plans. And of course, for us fans, the excitement is real. The idea of seeing Crosby suit up in red and gold, wreaking havoc in Levi's Stadium, is a thrilling thought. It's the kind of move that can electrify the fan base and energize the team as they chase another Super Bowl title. The NFC West is about to get even more interesting, and the 49ers are right in the middle of it, potentially making a move that could define their season and future. So whether this trade becomes a reality or not, it's clear that the landscape of the NFL, especially the NFC West, is shifting. The 49ers are positioning themselves to be even more formidable, and Crosby's potential arrival is just the beginning of what could be a historic run. Keep your eyes peeled, because if this happens, we're in for one of the most exciting chapters in recent franchise history. And for all of us diehard fans, it's a reminder that great things are always on the horizon when your team is willing to make bold moves. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think about all this? Could Crosby really become a 49er? Would this move push them over the edge and make them Super Bowl favorites? I want to hear your thoughts, your predictions, and what you think this could mean for the team's future. Drop your comments below, because your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates and breaking news. Stay tuned, 49ers fans, because the best is yet to come.